Hello my 3D printer peeps, I'm sitting next to the behemoth that is the Creality K2+. Someone had asked me, how are the tolerances? In other words, how do pieces that are supposed to fit together fit together? I would demonstrate with my hands, but I can't come up with anything that won't come across as perverted. So we'll just skip that and get right to it. Here in front of me are some really fun prints I've made. And I've made them using both the external spool, the CFS, and an assortment of filaments. And I did it without nerding out. And what I mean by that is I didn't run all kinds of tests for temperature, flow, speed, etc. I just chose a generic PLA profile, set the speed manually in the slicer that I felt was reasonable for the model, and printed. That said, it's reasonable to believe that better results could be obtained than I have right here if you were to nerd out and really dial in your filaments. Being that I didn't, I'm quite pleased with the results of the K2+ so far and its ability to work with multiple brands and types of filament with almost no tinkering whatsoever. Let's have a look at what I've got here. This is a BlobLab pumpkin. I really wanted to put this together on camera, but I just couldn't help it. My extruder had jammed. It was sitting here, it was so cute, I wanted to do it. But basically the head snaps onto the body and it worked really well. It moves well, it has the proper tension, and I'm super happy with it. It looks really nice. The head is Creality orange, the body is Elegoo orange, the green is bamboo green, and the black is Creality hyper. That's like what, 4 different filaments in one model. I did them all with the same settings, all of them worked really well. The Elegoo did print smoother than the Creality. However, I'm happy with the quality and results of both, and I do like the color of the Creality. So this is my BlobLab pumpkin. He came absolutely awesome. Over here is a Creality CR silk filament. I decided to throw it into my machine and just fire off a print. I think this might be the first thing I actually printed other than the test benchy. And it came really nice. It's shiny, the colors are good. Of course, if you put this in a studio situation and you angle everything in harsh light, you might see it a little differently than it actually looks in person with the naked eye, but it's a nice print. Here is a ZOU3D Jiggly penguin. This is done with Hyper PLA black, Hyper PLA white, and Hyper PLA red. Upscaled at like 9,000%, and it's so jiggly and so perfect. I absolutely love it. The tolerances are perfect. The first layer is beautiful, and it's really a nice penguin. Here in front of me sits BlobLab owls. I did print a few pieces in different colors. This is the only one that I did in multicolor that requires actual filament swaps. It came out really nice. I used eSun Bone White PLA and I used Overture Turbo Brown PLA. This here is also Overture Turbo Brown PLA. This is Overture Turbo Brown PLA. And this here is the Bone White. I did the eyes in Hyper Black and the pupils in Hyper White. I then did the beak and the feet in eSun Orange, which again, super smooth, very happy with the eSun Orange. So it works like this. You take the feet, you slide it through like this. It only fits one way. Look how nice these surfaces are. These are the bottom surfaces on the textured bed. And then you snap the head onto this ball joint. You see how nicely that fit? The wings lock into place, and there you go. Tolerances are awesome. The head moves. The wings move. Everything is super cool. Let's go ahead and put the eyes in. These parts are meant to snap together. As you can see, snap together really nicely. And then the face goes on just like this. The face will need a touch of glue, so we'll do that now. You can glue this together with an affordable glue such as E6000, that is my go-to glue. But since I need this done right now quickly and to hold right now, I'm going to use the very best PLA glue on the planet, and that is PLA Gloop. PLA Gloop does not sponsor me. I pay for my PLA Gloop myself. I'm just going to go ahead and brush some PLA Gloop into the face. And while I'm here, I guess I'll do it into the eye sockets as well, even though they're going to snap on, but I just want to make sure it stays right now, right this second for this video. So there it is. I brushed my PLA glue on. It is rather expensive, but it works. We'll attach the face. You gotta get it right because it works too well. We'll attach the eyes. They snapped in really nice. The other eye snapped in really nice. You can see, again, tolerances are superb. And we'll go ahead and get this beak on. How does it even go? So there you go. It's a BlobLab owl. And it really didn't need to glue at all. Maybe just that faceplate. The rest snapped right into place. So the K2 Plus tolerances are fantastic. Again, this is very first try. I didn't have to mess with it, tinker with it, dial it in, calibrate it at all. Very first try, worked just fine. I do have a bigger one. I wanted to plus this guy up. This is a plus 175%, just to see how it would work. These are the eyes. They fit together perfectly. I just did them a second ago by accident. I did the wrong size eyes. So they're in here. Here is the feet. Slip through no problem. Beautiful, beautiful first layers. Snaps on just fine. You can move them around no problem. So this owl was done with Overture Turbo Brown, where this one was done with eSun Brown. This is eSun Bone White. Here go the eyes at 175%. They snap in no problem. And the beak, I don't know, is that upside down or is that just right? Just right. You can see how well the PLA glue holds. And now this here was a tree trunk done with Giant Arm Brown. I'm not a huge fan of the Giant Arm Brown. I absolutely love the color, but I find it a little fragile. But it prints really nicely on my CR10 SE and my K2 Plus and my bamboos as well. However, I found it prone to snapping, but this model here looks pretty darn good. It's meant to be stood up and then the owl gets a certain foot and sits on top of it. I don't have that foot printed. I just wanted to try the Giant Arm on the K2 Plus and it looks good. So there you have it, a whole series of articulated prints using a variety of filaments on the Creality K2 Plus. Some of you are out there stress testing these things. Some of you are asking me to stress test these things. But instead, I rather make stuff. And I'm hoping most of you are buying your printers to make stuff too. And this was my attempt to demonstrate whether or not you can easily make stuff on the K2 Plus. And so far, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.